All right. Welcome to Awakened Ave. I'm out here with my dog, St. Cloud. Come on, up here. If you guys can see him, he goes just about everywhere with me. So I want to come out here and talk a little bit. We're out here spending some time in nature. Come on, get down. And I want to talk a little bit about if you're struggling or if you're suffering a little bit, and you see everybody struggles and everybody suffers, right? And even if you spiritually awaken, it doesn't mean that your struggle and your suffering is going to end, right? It's the Buddha said, one of his famous quotes is that I teach one thing and one thing only, and that is suffering and the end of suffering. And he also says that everything in the universe is suffering, right? Doesn't matter what it is, it could be mountains are eroding, or the sun is burning out, and galaxies die, and the earth, is going through its own metamorphosis. So everything is suffering, and how do we end suffering, right? And it's kind of relevant today because you hear a lot of things on the political landscape, and so many people are angry, here in the United States with the politics or the left or the right, and everybody wants to fix the world, right? And end the suffering of the world. And even spiritually awake people, they say, it's our job to raise the consciousness of the earth and this utopian society and build a better America or a better world, and all these things are lofty goals, right? But as Mahatma Ghandi said, if you want to change the world, you first need to start by changing yourself. And real spiritual growth is about self-reflection. It's about looking within. It is about asking the fundamental questions of, like, what is wrong with me, and why do I feel this way, or why am I upset, or what is it about my conditioning that doesn't like this political landscape or the situation that I'm in. And I'm here to tell you that we as people, we have all these solutions to fix the world, but we don't even know how to fix ourselves, right? We don't even know how to make ourselves happy, but we think who we vote for president is gonna suddenly enlighten us and make us happy, and it's gonna make the world a better place, and we don't even know what we need to be happy. We don't even know how to make ourselves happy. And that's one of the first delusions that I had to get over, was that happiness was right around this proverbial corner. Everybody struggles and everybody is suffering, and it doesn't matter where you're at on this scale. Justin Bieber has a song called Lonely, and he's worth about, I don't know, $500 million, maybe more, maybe less, I don't know. He's worth a lot of money, and he has a song called Lonely because he's struggling and he's suffering, right? So this idea that the grass is greener over there is just an illusion. It's Maya. It's the same damn grass. Real revolution comes from looking within. It comes from self-reflecting. It comes from knowing thyself. It comes from not seeking to be happier, from being okay, right? Not riding the highs and lows of life, but trudging the middle way, the middle road. It's okay to be okay. It's okay. So I say this a lot, that everything is God, or everything is consciousness, everything is the universe, whatever word you use to describe it. Everything is awareness, everything is source, everything is presence. And it never wanes. What wanes is my awareness to it, right? So if everything is awareness, or everything is God, everything is a sign from God to us, to me, right? And most of the time I'm oblivious to him. I try to pay attention to him. But when we're in pain, those signs are a little bit louder. And we tend to pay a little more attention. But instead of looking outside like I'm in pain because of this, because this policy or this external problem, look within. Why am I in pain? Why does this external problem cause me pain? What is it about me that is uncomfortable? And that's the only way we ever diminish or lessen the pains that we feel in life, and the struggle and the burden and the suffering. No real level of human satisfaction can even begin until we're in some position of neutrality. Neutral. Not blaming anything external on our problems, but seeing the world as neutral. Always looking within for the answers. Because here's a little hint. No thing will ever satisfy us. No thing will ever fulfill us. It may temporarily bring us some pleasure, temporarily ease the burdens on us, but no thing will ever sustain you over the long haul. So everybody's struggling, everybody's suffering. The spiritual journey is a painful and a destructive process and a lonely journey. But it's the only way to alleviate or diminish the pains of self. If you're struggling out there and nothing external from you is filling that void, that giant hole in your body is giving you relief, then that is the universe giving you a sign that it's time to awaken to what you truly are. And that can only be done by looking within, by seeking the answers to your questions within yourself. What you seek is seeking you. And the pain will only get louder. I have this saying that you cannot miss a sign from the universe because it keeps getting louder and louder and louder and louder. And then it slaps the shit out of you. And it slapped the shit out of me. And that didn't end my suffering. But it did start me on a path of self-reflection, a journey within, a journey to the great unknown, unknown to us. Unexplored regions of yourself, of your own being. There is no greater journey you could take in your life. And I hope you take the time to self-reflect and look within and find the answers. Because you see, it doesn't matter who our president is. We'll just find somebody else to blame down the road. The real illusion is one we play on ourselves. It's a trick we play on ourselves. It's so much easier to blame the world and others than to look within and find that the only problem with this beautiful world out here is the way I perceive it. It's the way I see it. And that, my friends, I have the power to change. And the only person who has the power to change the way I perceive things is me, not the president. Appreciate you for stopping by. Love.